There are moments in sports that don't belong to the box score. They won't show up in the analytics, won't trend on the stat sheets, won't even make sense if you only read the recap the next morning. But they linger. They sit somewhere deeper, closer to the soul than the scoreboard. I just witnessed one of those moments. During an NCAA tournament game, Brenda Frese pulled one of her players, Oluchi Okananwa, into a moment that felt less like coaching and more like commissioning. The camera caught it just long enough. She was up close, firm, intense, almost confrontational, finger in the chest, voice raised with the urgency of someone who knows this moment matters. And then she said it. "I believe in you." Not softly, not casually, not like a slogan stitched onto a locker room wall. It came out like truth, under pressure. And that's the thing about belief. It only lands when it costs something. I didn't watch the whole game. I don't know the full arc of that team's season, but I know authenticity when I see it. And that moment wasn't manufactured. It wasn't fluff. It didn't feel like one of those empty affirmations adults hand to kids, like participation trophies. Well-meaning, but weightless. Because here's what we often miss. Words don't gain power from how loudly they're spoken, but from what's been lived behind them. As a kid, I heard encouragement. We all do, in bits and pieces. "You got this. Keep going. Be your best." But there's a difference between encouragement that is spoken and encouragement that is earned. The latter is forged through presence, through showing up, through investment, through the quiet, consistent work of believing in someone long before you say it out loud. That's what made this moment different. Something in me recognized it instantly. Maybe it's because I didn't hear those words the way I needed to growing up. Maybe it's because now, as a father pouring into my daughter's basketball journeys, I understand the weight of what it means to truly stand behind a young person, not just in words, but in sacrifice. Because belief, real belief, is expensive. It costs time, it costs energy, it costs attention. It costs staying when it would be easier to walk away. And when that kind of belief finally speaks, it doesn't echo, it lands. What I saw in that exchange wasn't just a coach motivating a player. It was a picture of something older, something almost sacred. Scripture tells us that life and death are in the power of the tongue, but it also shows us a God who doesn't just speak life. He backs it with presence. He walks with, corrects, disciplines, restores. His words carry weight because his commitment is unquestionable. Maybe that's why the moment felt spiritual, because every now and then, God lets us witness what love looks like in motion, so we can recognize it and then reproduce it. Kids today don't need more noise. They don't need another empty compliment floating in the air like confetti. They need people who will step into their lives with consistency, with intentionality, with conviction. People who will invest when it's inconvenient. People who will stay when it's hard. And then, after all of that, they need someone to look them in the eye and say, with full authority, "I believe in you." Not as a guess, not as a hope, but as a declaration. Because when belief is backed by a life of commitment, it doesn't just inspire, it transforms. So here's the challenge. Be the person you needed when you were younger. Be the voice that carries weight. Be the presence that proves the words are real. Be somebody's Coach Free. Brought to you by the creative team behind the podcast, for the love of the game.